Hello again, I am Blunty, and back in early February, before Monster Hunter Wilds launched, I published a video responding to some baffling comments I kept seeing pop up in various community spaces. People insisting that Wilds looked like quote-unquote crap, and that it in fact looked worse than the now 8-year-old Monster Hunter World does. And at the time, all we had to hand for that comparison was the beta for Wilds, which of course was both unfinished, incomplete, and running on surprisingly old code. But that was what people seemed to be basing their opinion on, so I decided it was worth it to do the work with it and make some side-by-side comparisons. It was pretty limited, as of course we only had one singular map to compare, and again, it was incomplete game code, we knew that, and had some things that were obviously still missing or just not working as intended, like the ray-traced reflections weren't there in the beta, and basically any kind of physical interactions with water or foliage and such were not present in the beta either. But some people still insisted that World looked significantly better overall, which, frankly, I don't know. I can't tell anymore if people are just trolling. We're just at that stage of interaction online where you just never know whether someone's a genuine moron or they're just trying to troll. It's just, I can't tell. I just can't tell anymore. I got a feeling that most of them were trying to troll to see if they can get some replies in the comments, perhaps seemingly desperate for any kind of human attention from people, even if it was people calling them idiots, because I think it was pretty obvious that Wilds looked better. I mean, to me, I really don't understand where it was coming from, where people said World looked better. But if they were being earnest, and they honestly truly thought Monster Hunter World looked significantly and consistently better than Wilds, I couldn't see what they were seeing. Well, anyway, now of course we have the full game out, and I have access to all of the various environments now. And rather usefully, I can even control time of day and the weather conditions. And we have the full high-res texture pack available, and the game is feature complete, including those little details like water and plants reacting properly to the presence of the player character as intended. So, here we go again. A proper and even-footed or broadly scoped comparison between the two games for you. I have both running at absolutely maxed out settings, everything, and I mean everything is turned up to the max except for motion blur, which makes me legitimately physically sick to use, so that's off. They're both running in 4K, and that is 4K native. There's no upscaling malarkey on either side, and both are running the optional high-res texture pack. This is, in every way, the very best these games can present themselves. It is, of course, impossible to do utterly matched shot-for-shot comparisons, as neither game shares any common environment of any kind, but I've kind of done my best to match up the environment type and style, the local conditions and kind of feel and everything, similarly lit spaces and all of that kind of stuff for the fairest side-by-side comparison that I can possibly manage. And, just like last time I did this test, I encourage you to not just look at things like textures. Don't be like, oh, that rock texture looks better than that rock texture. Just don't just focus on that stuff, because that's not really even close to the full breadth of things. But pay attention to the lighting in particular. The lighting engine in Wilds is so much better. So look at the lighting in the environment and across the player character in particular as they move through it, and how sort of much more part of the environment it makes them feel, having that much more detailed and accurate lighting engine going. Look for the density of environmental detail. Notice the frankly huge difference in the way things animate, especially the player character. The way the player character in Wilds moves through the environment, how their footsteps change, their balance changes, and their center of gravity shifts around depending on what they're walking on and all that kind of stuff. It's so much better and makes it sort of feel way more grounded. And let's face it, while Monster Hunter World is still, frankly, even by today's standards, a damn fine-looking game. Like, there's nothing wrong with the way it looks. It looks fantastic still. I defy you to honestly tell me that Wilds doesn't present better. And if you do want to have that argument, be specific. Don't just say, no, well, World still looks better. You're dumb. Like, you know, put timestamps down and say, hey, here's what I think. Because obviously I'm not interested in dealing with the trolls, but I am interested in having an honest chat about why, you know, if you still think World looks better, why? And what are you seeing that I'm not seeing? Because I do really honestly think Wilds looks better in literally every way. Anyway, I'll leave you to absorb the rest of the comparisons now in peace. I look forward to reading your thoughts in the down below. Thanks for clicking. Catch you next time.
Do you suppose this place was once a workshop too? What intense heat! It's dangerous to linger on the lava.
What do you think we'll find?